Welcome to the Large Controllers Railway, or Sir Banded Healer to you. Sir Banded Healer's prettily correct railway. On this railway were three little engines: Ernest the engine car, Stevie the steam train, and Gail the guards compartment. Excuse me, I'm a train too. Yeah, but we can't find any train things that isn't guard compartment begins with the letter G. Okay, fair enough. Anyways, these engines have a really good friends and they all get into crazy shenanigans. Like Stevie has a stuttering and he only stutters in the most inappropriate of moments. Anyways, there's an engine shed, right? And it only has two berths. Of course, being the two main characters, it usually goes for the two male engines, Ernest and Stevie. They love their little shed. And there's a little siding area where Gail used to park herself. Gail has a shed too, but it's way far at the back. Sometimes, if Gail's lucky, she could have the chance of staying at the sheds, whilst Ernest or Stevie are away doing other things. One afternoon, Ernest and Stevie were racing back to their sheds. I'm gonna beat you, Stevie. Will Smith, we'll see about that, said Stevie, always starting it at the most inappropriate moments, when suddenly, what the? Said Ernest. The sheds were being blocked. Workmen were all around it. Trucks were filled with rubble, and there was even a flatbed full of dynamite. Gail was shunting, of course. What's going on? Said Ernest. Yo, dude, can you take that rubble to the dump? We're demolishing this old shed. But you can't do that, said Stevie, always starting in the most inappropriate of moments. It's our home. Not anymore, mate, said a voice. It was the controller, Sir Bandit Healer, otherwise known as the overweight controller. It's a large controller, whatever we call it. Excuse me, sir, asked Ernest. Why are the sheds being knocked down? Ernest, apparently the sheds are really, really badly constructed and, it is falling apart. You can see the rubble. Honestly, my men didn't actually do that. It just fell apart itself. So we're demolishing it and building a new shed for you and Stevie to stay at. But, Will Smith, when it will be ready? Said Stevie. A month or two? A month or two? Cried the two engines. Yeah, in the meantime, you'll have to spend some other time somewhere else for the night. Gail was just shunting the dynamite away. It's your fault. You must have done this, said Ernest, accusing Gail. Excuse me, said Gail. What have I done? You were ginger jealous of me and Ernest's nice shed, said Stevie, stuttering in the most inappropriate moments. You probably asked the large controller to destroy our shed so you can get revenge. I beg your pardon. Well, I was going to offer you guys to stay in my shed, but you two pigs can sleep outside, said Gail. And she rolled away. Well, great going, Stevie, said Ernest. Now where are we going to sleep? Oh, my bad, said Stevie. Anyways, you two better find a place to stay for the night. With that said, the two engines went to go find somewhere to sleep. So Ernest and Stevie tried to find a place to sleep, but unfortunately they could not find anything. Well, we searched everywhere, said Stevie. We can't find a place to sleep. I guess we'll just have to sleep somewhere else. Said Ernest. Ernest noticed an old shed nearby at an old siding. "That could be the place," said Ernest. "I'm going there. Come on, Stevie." Stevie followed his friend. They soon arrived at the old shed. "Alright, let's see if this will work," said Ernest. Ernest rolled inside. "Oh dear," he said. "I'm afraid there's only one room." "You sure there's no room for two?" asked Stevie. "I'll try," said Ernest. Ernest tried to go as far as he could, but unfortunately there was not much room for he and Stevie to share. Then suddenly they heard a horn. Oh no," said Stevie. That must be Gale." Ernest tried to get out, but unfortunately the shed was a bit shaking. "Uh-oh," said Ernest. "I'm getting out of here," said Stevie. But before he could, Gale rolled up. "Excuse me," said Gale, as women always do. "But what are you doing in my shed?" Give me, Gale. Ernest and I were just... Then suddenly, bam! The shed completely collapsed. "My shed!" cried Gale. Oops, said Ernest. "I'm gonna kill you!" Gale, look, we're sorry. Me and Stevie were just trying to find a place to sleep, said Ernest. "I'm sorry too," said Gale. "Really? No." "Oh. But really, I should not be mad at you guys. You're just trying to find a new home." "Well, now we're all homeless," said Ernest. "Where are we all going to sleep?" "I know, we can sleep at the sidings together," said Stevie. And therefore, for the next month or two, the trio happily sleep on the siding. It was very nice, to be honest. Unless it rains, or snows, or hail, or very windy, then it's miserable. The next 2 months later, the trio were called to where the old sheds once stood. They were very surprised. There was a brand new shed, bigger and wider. "Right," said the large controller. The sheds are now fixed, and now you guys can live in it." "Thank you, sir," said Ernest and Stevie. "And Gale, there's just enough room for you to stay at, so now you can stay at the shed from now on." "Thank you, sir," said Gale. She was very happy about that. Now Ernest, Stevie and Gale now lived together at their new sheds, and everyone lived happily ever after. The end.